For a second
because
there,
I haven't done this with you in 2.5 months.
For a second, that felt so unnatural.
Yeah, because I've been doing it for everyone else that I do these freaking shows with. This is the first like leisure podcast I've been able to do since crap. The reason we haven't done an hi, welcome to Old Fashioned. The reason we haven't done an episode is completely my fault, in a sense. We just became so busy at Rare Drop because certain people left and I had to pick up the slack. And now we've grown. We have new people working there, but I had to pick up the slack.
Building a new event. And
oh, yeah, I forgot. We're just building
that's
a virtual space.
No big deal.
Yeah. Oh, this is an audio podcast. Would you like to see the updated virtual space, Mike?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up the latest.
Secrets are so much fun.
Where is that Gmail? So we can talk about that. Well, first I want to talk about what I was just playing the show when I was waiting for Mike to get on, and I was telling him how I packed a Trevor May. I'm assuming most of you know who Trevor May is. If you don't, Google it. Trevor May now plays for my favorite baseball team, the New York Mets. Trevor May also has a Rosewood Kings Coast that's completely Mets themed, and it's wonderful. You should go check it out at kingscoastcoffee.com and go get Mayday. I just got some, and it's delicious. Anyway, so the first game of the season that Trevor came into, he blew the lead and loaded the bases before he got taken out. And I was cursing and screaming at the television because I was like, this is what I get. This is what I get from you, Trevor. And then I went to the gym with Tim the next day, and I said to Tim, I was like, man, freaking Trevor. And I was telling him what's going on. He's like, I'm really happy you don't stream anymore and you don't play Tarkov with us. I said, why? He's like, because the last thing I need is you sitting there like, hey, Trevor, how you doing? Yeah? Did you have a good night last night when you loaded the bases for the best hitter in baseball? Did you?
I see.
Was that fun for you? As much fun as it was for me?
I see you as Rodney Ruxin from the league, acting in a very similar manner.
Oh my God, I love that.
When he
whenever we did the league comparisons, I was always Kevin because I was always the commissioner. So the episode where Kevin loses from the shanked field goal and he doesn't get his championship.
The best.
It is literally, I have had that breakdown with Wayne and Pete in the room. Yeah. And then Daddy Kegels is blah, blah. Kegels the elf. I forget what happens. And he's like,
there is no Christmas.
There is no Christmas. There's no Santa Claus. There's no God. That's me. I set this league up every year for you ungrateful sons of bitches. That's me. But yes, it definitely some rucks in there.
It's like winning twice.
Yeah, it's the best line. That's Pete. I feel like I just won twice. God, I miss that show. So, yeah, so Tim was super happy that I didn't. But I packed a Trevor May in the show the other day, and I was like, don't you fail me in this too, Trevor.
No.
I've only used him once, and he was lights out. 2 Ks, 1 inning. But yeah, we got tons of stuff. But we can talk about GCX. We were working on the virtual event for a while. We couldn't announce it because we did not know if we could pull it off. That was the big scary part. But once we were confident we could pull it off, it's accelerated, and the world will start to see some more of it, especially what I'm about to show Mike. If I can find the... Nope, that's not that one. Who sent me that email? What was his name?
Redacted. Redacted.
Aha, I found it. There it is. I'm going to pull this up here so I can show Michael. This is... So the last video I showed you, Mike, which they also haven't seen, but I'm just doing this for your reaction, did not have lighting and textures. This has more lighting and textures than the last one. It's going to be like 5 FPS for you. Just know that it's 30 FPS in reality.
Okay.
But yeah, this has the... can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, this has the textures. That's technically the main stage that you see right now.
Where the screens are.
Yeah. And there's no booths. This is where the booths
they'll all go.
Yeah, they'll populate.
Dude, that's
this
gonna
area.
be really fucking cool.
And those screens on the outsides, there'll be places where you can watch the marathon, and then there's all these different activities here, and then these hallways that currently lead to empty death space will have rooms and stuff for specific things. But that's the show.
So that's something you're gonna break down like the DE room and shit like that.
Yeah. There'll be
like pure example, e.g. years past they've had a room.
Yep. There'll be stuff you can do in the rooms. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. Oh, they closed the doors there. That was like big, empty, scary space before. Yeah, see, like it didn't have those lighting. See the reflections on the floor?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they didn't have those before, so those just came in. They hired, while we were in progress working with them, they hired a lighting specialist. So now they have all these lighting features that they didn't actually have for other events that they've done.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is not what my mind's eye imagined at all, but
Better
I'm
or worse?
really happy with what we got out of this. So for those of you sitting there going, man, I wish I could see this, Max is currently working on a teaser for you all, and then at some point, probably next week, you will get a video showcasing all of the cool stuff. But yeah, GCX has been interesting. It's a huge risk. A lot of the problems that we run into, there's a lot of people that are involved. I think there's 30 or 40 booths this year, which is awesome. And then there's a ton of programming, and obviously we have the marathon going on at the same time. So it's going to be like a really crazy week, but good. But a lot of people, we approached huge people in the industry. And don't get me wrong, we have some huge announcements to make about who's going to be there. I'm super excited about a few of them. But others that I wanted and didn't happen, they'd be like, this is really innovative and cool. And I would sit there on the call like, and?
Yes, but?
Yeah, I know that already.
But?
What do you want to do about it? So, but a lot of it was, we don't have anything to announce. We don't have anything to talk about. We're doing our own show. So
yeah, I guess.
But I kept saying to everyone, you're not doing your own show like this, though.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess that's the new way to innovate, or rather, you have to innovate to stay alive. Because I mean, you look at Expo, like stuff like E3. Who gives a fuck about E3 anymore?
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing a virtual show. I'm really happy. Like Greggy and Golden Boy and them will be hosting this year.
That's cool.
Full transparency. Golden Boy was going to host GCX last year. He was going to be one of the hosts. We have 2 new hosts this year, who I'm really excited about. It's just going to be a different feel, and I think it's going to lead into a new era of GCX. Cool. Of what it is, and the name change. We've never effectively been able to use the name change because we never had an event after we changed the name. So this will be the first year, besides the charity marathon last year, where we used the name
right
and the branding. So we're excited, and you know what? Even if we don't yield the results we got financially, we're very happy that we did something, and that's more than most events can say.
Yeah.
Every other event in the space is like delay, push back. It's like, no, we're going to do this innovative thing, and then next year we can all hang out in Orlando.
Right.
So that's it. Once the whole team is vaccinated, which I think is the next few weeks, we're going to Rosen to do some filming to prepare for next year.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Doing some filming at Full Sail for some promo stuff for this. We're like super freaking busy, and that's like just a fraction of the business that Rare Drop has picked up. Like we're full fledged. We hired our new director of marketing, Mindy. Mindy. Mindy's full time now, and we're getting into all these marketing agency style jobs. We have a full creative team now, in-house animation, design, branding. So it's we've taken some serious strides and some serious risks, but so far it's all paid off.
Moving up.
Moving up. What else happened since I've talked to you last? I got a tattoo.
Yeah, so
you got ink too since I saw you last.
I might have got more work on my arm.
Yeah, you got more.
Color.
Your arm looks different than the last time I saw it.
She's getting tattooed, so she'll be tattooed all in here.
Oh, you're gonna tattoo the neck of your tattooed geisha?
Yeah, so she'll have tattoos all coming down through here.
That's
I don't know if I want to mess with the face yet.
So wait, when you say she's going to be tattooed, do you pick what she gets on her?
Oh, yeah.
What are you tattooing on your tattooed geisha's neck?
Tattoo
What
inception.
are you tattooing there?
I don't know what we're gonna do yet. I gotta talk to my guy. He's got a couple different ideas. So most of the stuff that I have is not. Most of the shit I have does not stay true to the style that it is. If that makes sense. So I have a lot of American traditional on my legs. Actually, the lower part of my body is a lot of American traditional. Barely any of it follows the actual rules of American traditional. My arm is Japanese, and it doesn't follow the rules of it. So
I'm with you. Well, I'll actually tell you something funny. So this is the one that Nick, the new Florida guy, you've seen this, did. I don't know what style you would say this, but I guess it's got a Japanese vibe.
It's got like an Eastern feel to it.
Yeah, but it's still his thing. He specializes in birds and snakes. But then I asked him to do the mom one with traditional. Yep. So I finish, and he's holding up my arm so he can take a picture. And one of the other artists comes over and looks at it. Like, oh, this is rad. He goes, I told you I could do traditional. And I'm like, Nick, don't say that in front of me. And they're all laughing. I'm like, wait till I leave.
Typically, American traditional's got those super bold, thick, dark outline.
That's what Wayne said. He pounded the fuck out of the block.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it,
dude. I don't care. Like, I was prepared with for those that this is audio, so you can't see me. I got an anchor with a heart. This is mom and a banner, but it's inside. What muscle is this? I don't know what it's called. Tricep.
Bro, the back is tricep, the front's the bicep, so it'd be the inside of your bicep.
Yeah, so the inside of the bicep, which I have on the other arm. So I remember it being terrible because Mike, I remember when he got here.
Your arm.
He ended there, and I was just like, nope. And he's like, you're gonna be a big puss and tell your friends why you couldn't finish your tattoo and you had to come back for more. And I'm like, just finish. So he's doing this one, and I'm just trying to ignore it. I'm on conference calls. That just the dichotomy of where I'm at in life. When I got this one, I'm talking to him about dating this girl Danielle, and then this one, I got my earbuds in and I'm sitting on conference calls the whole time. And every time I talk, man, he's like, where are you? Are you at the dentist? It sounds like there's a drill. So I just turn the camera on. I'm like, hi. But yeah, so he's just pounding in there with that outline. The color wasn't as bad this time around, but the outline was horrible. It hurt.
When he was doing my actual, this was all colored. My
I can't imagine with the
bone
elbow.
of my elbow. But a lot of it's pulled out just because that's going to happen. I expected that. But if you notice, the whole front of my arm is done. The back is not.
Is it worse down there?
So I have all of the shit spots left on my arm to go. Aside from the actual bone of my elbow, this is fine. Like the inside of the forearm's fine, but I have the whole inside and I have most of my fucking tricep. And then if we're going to go into my armpit or not, I don't know if I want to do my armpit.
I'm going to connect it and then go all the way across.
Yeah, I have to. So I have this part of my chest done, but the other side's not. So I have to connect that whole thing. I don't even know what the fuck I want to do on that side yet.
He goes, and then you're done, right? I'm like, yeah, till I finish, and then I just roll the appointment over and show up again.
Yeah,
He's like, so we're gonna be,
I'm done.
He goes, we're gonna be early 40s. You're gonna sell one of your companies, and you're gonna be like, just do the hands. Who cares? I'm like,
go for the whole throat. What the Egyptian eagle, like fucking.
Even Pete hasn't gone full throat yet. I don't think I could do that before Pete and Wayne.
Pete, I'll bet you Pete's almost there though.
He's got what, 4 more years till he's retired? 3? And then he said he's doing his hands immediately.
I would. Fuck it.
And his fingers. And then I don't know. I think he's not gonna do throat though, because he said throat means I committed a felony or something.
I have 2 fingers done. He has 1 finger, right?
Yeah, he's got his ring finger.
Yeah.
Which I'm doing next time because I just don't want to have to wear a ring, especially the gym. Look at that blister, dude.
I know. I hate it. That's why, dude, I think I wore a ring when we got married, I wore a ring for maybe a month. Maybe a month after we got married, I wore a ring and I was like, nope, gone. Immediately went to the tattoo parlor.
The tattoo ring. And you've never put the ring, not even date night and stuff like that?
Nope.
Weddings?
She prefers, birthdays? Like, if we go to a wedding, she asks me to wear it.
Mm-hmm. Do you not like the ring, or it's annoying?
I don't like wearing them.
I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me, but certain activities I would like the freedom. Like, If I go to Disney or something, I don't want to sweat, and I would rather just walk around like a normal person, but also tell the world that I am married.
I also don't really like wearing much any jewelry. Like I don't wear necklaces. The only kind of bracelet thing I wear is a watch. I don't wear.
Which, by the way, I got the Skagen.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
The Google Watch.
Google.
The connection to the Google phone, I think, is what I love about the functionality of it. It tracks my sleep now, which is creepy as fuck. It knows how much sleep I get.
My watch will do that too. I'll go in and say, REM for this many hours, deep sleep
for
this many
it
hours.
Knows.
Yeah,
it's creepy. Because it was tracking my fitness, which is great because it tracks my steps, and then it tracks my heart rate too. I've heard the Samsung is better than the Google, but it gets the job done for me.
I wear a Garmin watch. It's like the basic functions, but it does shit like track my GPS when I'm hiking and shit. What I did start, I switched my running shoes. So I got 2 pairs of new shoes. I got trail shoes and street shoes. I switched to Under Armour. Oh, I love them.
I need a new pair of sneakers. Should I go with Under Armour?
Dude, I'll send you the ones I have. They're fucking amazing. They have Bluetooth built into the sole. And
For what?
So Under Armour has called Map My Run app.
Yeah.
Bluetooth built into your shoe. It will actually coach you while you're running. Hey, your stride is too long. Narrow your stride. Dude, I shit you not. But what's really nice is it keeps track of the miles that you have on your shoe. So you know when you get to a certain point, you kind of blown the shoe out, get a new pair.
Interesting.
Phenomenal.
That's all I need is it yelling at me while I'm on the elliptical.
It's awesome. I love and they're the lightest, so comfortable.
So I lost 5 pounds.
Congrats.
Overall, I never weigh myself, but the other day I weighed myself and I was down 5 pounds. So Tim's like, you probably lost all your fat and then you built the muscle back up.
Sure.
So that's why it's not like weight loss, but you're doing like, look, I'm doing good. Look.
This is what I want.
Son of a bitch anymore.
This is what I want to hear. So every time you like go to pick up a bowl in the kitchen or something, and Danielle's standing there, you gotta go. Arnold.
She said, I'll sit there with my shirt off and I'm like poking my pecs to see if they got any harder. And she's like, is this our new life? And I'm like, I think so. I think I'm becoming one of those fitness guys.
Pump. That's pump.
I don't, whatever muscle this is.
Your traps.
I don't know. Yeah, they're like fucking rocks now. And the first day I figured it out, I was like, Danielle, come here. And I grabbed her hand. I was like, feel that.
Feel this.
You feel that? You feel that? You feel how hard that is? And she's like, babe, it's wonderful.
So glad you're being healthy.
Yes, I am. I had chick. Dude, if I told Wayne what I ate for dinner tonight, he'd be so disappointed in me.
Taco Bell?
Had chickpea pasta. I had Taco Bell for lunch. I cheated.
Okay, fair.
Only chicken though. And that was only because I had to pick up Hunter from school and didn't have time to do anything healthy. And it was just a quesadilla. The jalapeno sauce is so good. So
excuses.
It was chickpea pasta with non-dairy Alfredo made from avocado oil, which on Danielle's Weight Watchers was only 2 points. It wasn't bad, but it tasted like Alfredo, but it tasted like Alfredo with way too much garlic. All of this you can get at Whole Foods, by the way. The chickpea pasta that I got, if you want to switch to it, there's a few brands. Some of them taste too earthy and grainy for my taste.
Right.
I just tried one called Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Fantastic. It actually tasted like pasta.
Really?
Yep.
We've been doing like the spaghetti squash. And we also do the what's it called? The zoodles.
I can't trick my brain.
We do zoodles.
Yeah, we do.
Too.
We do the zoodles for like other stuff.
Love zoodles.
You can get them frozen too, by the way, if you don't want to spiral them yourself.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. We don't spiral them ourselves anymore. We just buy them prepackaged as zoodles.
Oh, Fresh Market has. I don't know if you have Fresh Market by you.
I think it's Whole Foods. If it's not Whole
Foods has them too, probably.
Yeah.
I don't shop that much at Whole Foods because everything is like grossly overpriced.
It's stupid. Overpriced. Yeah.
I go there for meat though. Meat's good, but I also have now they have Publix Greenwise, which is basically Publix encroaching on Whole Foods territory, but undercutting their price slightly on Whole Foods. So I have that. And then we have Fresh Market too, which Fresh Market is like a cheaper Whole Foods, but I like that store better, TBH. And they have a better butcher section and a full bakery that kicks the shit out of Whole Foods.
Really?
Yes.
Beats Whole Foods.
In some categories, in others it doesn't.
Okay. What about their donuts? Supermarket donuts. They walk a fine line.
I'm a sucker for a basic ass Dunkin' Donut.
Okay.
And if I'm going balls to the wall, like Duck Donuts. I don't know if you've had those.
I love Duck Donuts, dude. I love
Duck Donuts.
Duck Donuts.
Yeah, I had them for the first time last time I was in New York.
So, Krispy Kreme, in my opinion.
Can I still get my vaccination free Krispy Kreme? I didn't even think about that. You heard about that, right?
Yes. Bring your sticker over there.
No, not my fucking sticker. I'm gonna bring my little card. I didn't get a sticker.
You're bringing your passport?
I also didn't tweet about it.
You got no
I didn't
sticker?
put it on Instagram.
It didn't happen if you didn't get a fucking sticker.
I guess I didn't get vaccinated then.
Oh,
no,
my God.
I went through because it was a drive-through. I got vaccinated, and I came home, and I was like, my arm hurts. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, I feel like I got hit by a truck. I can't wait to be a lizard person. And then I was laying in bed taking conference calls with no camera on. It was fun. What were you gonna say? Before I cut you off. Sorry.
I think I was going down the road of Krispy Kreme is delicious, but I feel like it's overrated for what it is.
I think Krispy Kreme had its day in the sun of being overrated. I think it's come back down to earth as just part of the donut ecosystem.
To some, I would agree with that. I think
it's not. I remember when Krispy Kreme first hit the Northeast, and it was like lines down the block, and
you see people. When you see people walk out of Krispy Kreme, it's never with like a couple donuts. It's like 4 fucking mega boxes of donuts. Like, where the fuck are you going with this? Where are you going with that many donuts? And they're not that good to buy that many. Granted,
you also can't eat more than like 2 without
getting diabetes.
Diabetes.
It's insane. Now, they are good. Like, if you put them in the micro for a quick couple seconds. Delicious. I don't know if you've tried that yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Delicious. But it's I don't know.
I mean, a chocolate glazed munchkin is, will keep me satisfied.
I like the chocolate ones too.
And I don't really like chocolate, honestly, but I like
the chocolate munchkins are good. Yeah.
That's like baseline for me.
But then you get the munchkins are awesome.
I love munchkins. So you get the copycats from like Publix and stuff, and they're like, "I got you munchkins." They're like,
not the same.
Not Dunkin' Donuts. No, this is. Take this back.
So my buddy travels. He goes out to Mexico every year to visit family, and we were talking the other day. He's like, "Man, I've been doing good. I haven't had a donut since I got back." And I was like, "We literally saw you eat munchkins like 3 days ago." He goes, "Bro, that's not a donut." Yeah, it is a donut.
It's a donut hole treat, Mike.
It's a donut.
It is a donut hole.
Doesn't count.
It is made from what is the whole of the donut.
The donut parts.
Donut hole treats. That's what they're called. You like edible cookie dough?
Huh?
Do you like edible cookie dough?
Yeah.
I always keep some in my fridge, and then I use that little demi-tasse spoon, and I just take a scoop every couple of days, like a big scoop. I don't know
how safe it was, but like back in the day when we were like little and mom was making chocolate chip cookies, I would totally just reach in that bowl and just.
I still do that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if is that like not safe?
You can get salmonella, but
what's the likelihood though? Really? What's the likelihood?
In my experience, I'm probably like 0 for 1,000 or something. All right,
so I mean, pretty good. I'm rolling the dice on that one.
I taste the kids' pancake batter when I make them pancakes. That's got egg in it, like brownies. It doesn't matter.
Do the kids like? Do you put the food coloring in them?
Which the pancakes?
Like, yeah, like Grayson will ask for like green pancakes.
No. I don't show them things like that, so then I don't have to make green pancakes.
I do. So in all honesty, I don't make them. Allie does.
Oh, and Allie probably turns it into an arts and crafts project.
Correct.
Yes, exactly. I
Correct.
see where you're going with this.
But now, if we're like, what do we want for breakfast? And pancakes are delicious. I want purple pancakes. It's like, fuck. Can we just have normal pancakes?
Oh, you know what we have to talk about? Speaking of your son, whenever Ryan the Last Dragon came out, we had Mike's son, Pete's son, my son, and Rob's son all watched it together. They were on FaceTime and they all watched together. Danielle could not stop sitting there going, Grayson is so cute, and he's so cute. He's so cute. I can't handle him right now. He's so well behaved. Oh, he's not. He's just hanging out watching them. Why can't our kids be like this?
Hunter is exactly like that. Hunter is exactly like that.
Well, I did have to keep telling him to shut up, and because he had watched it the night before, I was like, "Do not tell the other boys what happens in the movie. Don't comment on it. Don't say, guess what happens next, or this part's cool." Like, just keep it to yourself. Let them all enjoy it. It's a brand new movie.
He loved it.
It was good. I like that movie. That movie's really good.
I thought it was awesome.
It had like a Game of Thrones vibe with the 5 different houses, and I don't know, it was fun. And the dragons were cool.
It was
had a good story.
Speaking of dragons, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up later, but yeah, we can talk about that now.
I'm sorry. We got on the movie train.
That was the best worst movie I've seen in some time.
But
and
it was
I just
exactly
watched,
what I expected.
Oh well, it was a little bit worse than I expected, to be honest. Spoilers. You've been warned. First of all, Cole Young was the worst character.
So I saw. I think so. What you sent me was spot on.
Oh, like, the guy.
It was spot on. What are you gonna? You're gonna make up a character? Oh, for a new story arc? No. We're just gonna put this in here, and
he's gonna compete in the tournament. Well, no, the tournament's not gonna happen in this movie.
I mean,
the Mortal Kombat tournament? Yeah, not yet.
The expectations I have set for Mortal Kombat movies are low, but they're Mortal Kombat movies, so they're fun.
It was better than Mortal Kombat 2. I'll give it that.
It was better than Mortal Kombat 2, yes.
It did not hold a candle to Mortal Kombat 1.
No. I personally did not like that it lacked the tournament. That kind of was like
pointless.
Yeah. Like what? What made you
think they're just
that?
invading. We're skipping the tournament part.
Yeah. And the cover
Isn't
art.
that the game?
The cover art was Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and you get like a blip.
Okay, all the build up to their final fight was meh.
It took place in a gym. The fucking
Also, I kept quoting. I'd never seen the movie before, and I kept saying things before like when Kano had Reptile's heart. I was like, Kano wins. He's like, Kano wins. So
you
Daniel
called the
looks at me like,
catchphrases.
have you seen this? And I was like, oh, Kung Lao fatality. And then he does this pose. He's like, fatality.
Dude, there were some good fatalities.
And then I got her at the end when I was like, get over here. And he's get over here.
That had to be in there. But
100%.
Like, they couldn't have come up with a better arena. Like it couldn't have been like he like drags him to hell and he fights him in the underworld.
No, you wanted a saran wrapped ice gym.
Like what the shit, dude? It's like a boxing. They're legitimately fighting in the octagon.
So Dana
White shows up and the fucking crowd goes wild. They got the card girls walking around in the center. They fight in a fucking boxing ring. So stupid.
Danielle came in probably like 20 minutes into it, and she sits and she's just being nice and watching it. I'm like, do you want me to change it? She's like, no, you can watch it. And then she's like, Kevin, this movie is horrible. I'm like, I know, right?
I know, it's so good.
And then we get to the end, and when they're fighting in the gym, and she's like, oh my God, look at the lockers. It's saran wrap. And I'm like, oh, no shit. So then I text, because Tim was watching at the same time as me and Mike. We were all watching it at the same time, basically. And I texted both of you, and I was like, it's saran wrap. And you're cracking up, and Tim goes, oh, no, it is. I'm like, that was the best prop that you had to make. Ice was saran wrap.
So poor.
It was so bad. So Cole Young was terrible. His bodysuit was the dumbest shit, and it was horrendous. And when he hugged his family, you could see it like creasing.
Yeah, I didn't I don't know. I didn't understand that whole. I'm gonna turn invincible. Like
I thought he was gonna turn into Scorpion.
That's what I thought. That would have made sense.
Right, because he was the ancestor of
Heritage,
Scorpion.
yeah.
And at one point he had the blade.
And exactly. I was like, oh
And
my
I was
god,
like,
it's gonna like absorb into his hand. And
That's what I thought. And,
and nope.
Shh, get over here. Nope.
So are there gonna be more?
Yeah, they're talking about making Mortal Kombat 2. That was also the Johnny Cage tease at the end.
That's kind of what I figured. Like Johnny Cage would be the next one. I was not a fan of casting for Kano.
I didn't mind him. I didn't like that his eye was like just turned red and it wasn't the metal piece.
Right.
I thought that whole finding your power thing was stupid as Liu Kang was exactly like I would imagine Liu Kang to be. So
right.
no problems there. Reptile, horrible.
You know what it was? They spent all the money on Jax's arms.
Okay, when he first got his arms put on, I'm like, what the fuck? That's
little
I'm like,
fucking...
okay. So like the military, like Sonya's gonna come in and be like, here's your new arms, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, like his power or whatever thing that he discovered was that his metal arms got bigger.
The mechanics, the gears just grew.
And I'm like, why didn't the monks just do that from the beginning instead of these feeble little arms that they gave him? I did like how he lost his arms, though. That was fun.
That was cool. I
did not like that Sub-Zero was a bad guy. I thought that was a poor use of Sub-Zero. I'm all about Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, as it should be.
Right.
But Sub-Zero's not. He doesn't side with Shang Tsung.
I wanted so much more of that conflict, and it just wasn't there.
First of all, they killed Goro, which was dumb.
Yeah, he had
10
2 scenes?
seconds, 30 seconds. Well, his shadow's in one scene.
Right. So his intro when they nice to have the prince here, and then the fight scene, and that was it. He was dead.
Yeah, I hated that. Also, he came in smoke, and I thought that was smoke.
Oh yeah, when they were when they were all teleporting in. Yes.
Also, Cabal's voice, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I have no idea, but I kept laughing really hard.
What was up with that?
It was terrible. It was like, oh, Cabal, from Jersey.
That's exactly what it was, dude. That's exactly what it was. This dude needs to have like a fucking ball cap on.
That's smoking a pack of Cools.
That's exactly what he needed.
Hanging out at the boardwalk down in Atlantic City.
Oh,
trying to hustle you for t-shirts. He was terrible. Like, he looked awesome. I thought they did a good job costuming Cabal.
Looked great. Purple blur.
Well, they killed Melina, which made me upset too.
Yeah, they did.
Because she was just getting cool because her mouth started finally like opening like it's supposed to.
And that, again, I don't know. I feel like they just didn't do a lot of the characters justice.
Also, 7,500 Shao Kahn statues all over Outworld, but no Shao Kahn.
It's the next movie.
I was like, oh, this is going to be it. He's going to be in this. Nope, not in this one. Oh, there's another Shao Kahn. Nope, he's not here.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, they'll do Shao Kahn and Baraka and all those out. Did you see the Nightwolf cameo?
No.
You know that when he goes into Sonya's house and she's got all the information on all the tournaments.
Yep,
they focus in on a picture really tight, and they talk about warriors who fought for Earth in the past, and it's Nightwolf.
Oh, I missed
in one
that.
of the black and white pictures. Yeah, it's really quick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking sweet.
Melina's fan is in, or not Melina, Katana's fan is in one of the scenes too.
If they bring all those characters back, they better do them justice.
If they're gonna do 2, I guarantee you, if they make 2, they're gonna bring Sub-Zero back because that's how they do it in the games too. And it better be the tournament, which means they'll probably have more fighters. So like Baraka and
Baraka would be sweet.
All the robots. Smoke. Who are the other robots? There's Smoke. I forget all their names.
Oh, what's the
Mortal Kombat characters? Now I have to go through my list. Let's see. Raiden. I did not like Raiden at all.
Sector.
Sector.
Cyber Sub-Zero.
Oh, the smoke also could have been
Cyrax.
Noob Saibot.
What's that?
Noob Saibot, the guy with the shadow next behind him all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of good characters. Shinnok, Quan Chi, Ermac, Cyrax. Reptile just annoys me that they made him like literally a lizard and didn't put him in the proper costume. Aaron Black, Kotal Khan, Kenshi.
Yeah, they really made.
Striker.
They really just made him. They really just made him feel like just a random, like a throwaway errand boy.
Yeah, which he's not.
No.
Okay. Cole Young has been added to the list of characters for Mortal Kombat characters.
Can't wait
He's
for the
the
next
only-
game to feature him.
Natar. So that the dragon-looking flying lizard lady, is she in any of the games? The one that Kung Lao splits in half? Also, they
Oh.
killed Kung Lao, by the way. That was a shock.
What was her name?
I did like that they did the soul sucking, though, with Shang Tsung. With
That
Kung
was
Lao,
cool.
because that's like his thing. What didn't you like about Kano out of curiosity?
He looked like a wannabe tough guy. Just his physique just looked like.
Isn't that technically what Kano's supposed to be, though?
Yes, you're not wrong. But if you look at if you look at Kano from the earlier films,
Mm-hmm.
like look up a picture from him from the earlier, and maybe it's just because he's more robotic in those versus what they portrayed him as in this one.
I wish they, and I hope if they do him again in this. Wait, no, he died in this, didn't he?
I don't know. He just looks soft in this one.
Did he get killed? He got killed, right?
Yeah, he's killed.
Well, at least we got his fatality.
It's true.
Because he has, in my opinion, one of the best fatalities in all of.
Sonya
Any
kills him
Mortal
with a
Kombat.
fucking garden gnome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That was hilarious. That was a good play, especially from the beginning. So does that mean if we get 2, do we get Johnny Cage's split punch to the nuts?
We damn well better.
And then he better punch someone's head off by hitting forward punch. Because that's how you do the if you keep blood code on Genesis. And you do forward punch and fatality, Johnny Cage will punch his head off. If you don't put the blood code on, he does some cheap little stupid kick.
I kind of want to
Trust
play
me.
Mortal Kombat now.
It's on Game Pass.
Kind of want to play Mortal Kombat now.
Do you have an Xbox?
I do.
It's on Game Pass.
I should buy that.
Just get
I think I have 10 or 11 on Switch. Which one's on Switch?
I had fun with 11.
I think I have
streamed it.
11 on Switch.
We played through the story on like normal, and then we tried to do every single fatality in the game.
It's a good loop.
And then they added a bunch of characters, like Joker. They put Joker from what's the DC game that's also made by NetherRealm? Injustice. Which, by the way, if you've never played that, that's also on Game Pass. Injustice 2 is a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
The story is actually incredible, even though it's a fighting game. So Joker's in it, Terminator's in it, RoboCop's in it, Spawn is in it.
I think I have that one because it was 10
That's
that
11.
had Leatherface, right?
10 was Leatherface.
Yeah.
11
Yeah.
is everyone I just mentioned.
Dude, speaking of games, Amazon Game Studio.
Oof.
What the fuck?
You're just gonna rip that wound open on me, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you didn't hear, Amazon Game Studio got into a dispute with basically their funding company, which is Tencent. That was funding the Lord of the Rings project and canceled it. So no new Lord of the Rings MMO, which apparently spiked Lotro's subscriber base.
People were excited for that game. I was excited for that game.
I was excited for it. We had
I
a
just
conversation
wanted
on
modern Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, we had this conversation on Star Wars and Scotch because we were talking about SWOTOR, and Tim said, "Will there ever be like a Star Wars experience like this again?" And I said, "No, no. The most you'll see when it comes to multiplayer future is playing to console PC play. And I don't think anyone's brave enough to copy like an ESO at this point and push out something that's massively multiplayer across every console, across every platform, I should say.
So Final Fantasy does it and ESO does it.
Yeah, they're the only two.
But it's doable though. That's like, so WoW doesn't need to do that. WoW doesn't need to be that.
No, they're fine.
WoW, and it'll never affect them. But coming into the genre, just do it. Just make it compatible.
There was a public release of, because Daybreak runs Lotro now. There was a public release saying they wanted to clean the graphics up and make it a console port.
Just do it. I don't.
I like ESO on Xbox.
Mm.
It is very. I wouldn't raid or do PvP, but for chilling and doing quests and hanging out. Now I wish I had cross save so I could take all my PC progress and throw it on Xbox.
Right.
But I have like a level 30 something mage on Xbox that I literally just screw around with. And I've tried other MMOs. I've tried Terra. I hated it. I tried Black Desert for Xbox specifically. Black Desert was weird because it still had the full interface of a regular MMO. And that doesn't work on a console.
No.
Like it had the chat box in the bottom left, and then it had all of the icons that you'd have with a mouse and keyboard. And it just didn't work. ESO has a completely different interface when you plug a controller in, even on PC. And it's intuitive to using a controller versus a keyboard and mouse. Which I believe Final Fantasy does the same thing on console. Don't they have like a different interface for controller?
Yes, completely different interface.
You need that. So... but yeah, I don't think another game is going to come along in our lifetime that's going to use, I won't say in our lifetime because you never know. There might be some sort of MMO revival. But we've talked about it before. It's just the way people consume games now.
Yeah.
The market, like the folks like me and Mike and Rob who are older and enjoy those types of games, we either don't have time, you have to commit to that one game and that's it because of your limited time. Or you've moved on to something else because none of your friends are playing that anymore. And then the younger generation, like my brother Jake and my brother Rob, it's more of a gratification thing. Jacob does like MMOs, but my brother Robert's like COD, like that's his thing. It's just you just want that gratification of hopping into a match and hopping out, and that.
I was gonna say there is an instant gratification, and I do get itches to go back to shooters. I'd say pretty frequently. I don't understand this notion or this idea that subscription-based gameplay is like not the way to go anymore.
It's just what I said. It's not profitable. That's it. The profit model that existed when MMOs were at their height, when there was Warhammer, SWOTOR. I mean, the idea then was that every major IP was going to get an MMO. Warhammer was rolling out. EA created a publishing studio specifically just for MMOs.
I mean, you're seeing the same thing with battle royales.
It was EA Mythic. Yeah, but battle royales now have sat in their place, just like we said they would.
Yeah.
Right now there isn't that thing in gaming. Every dev's timeline is completely screwed right now for releasing things. And there's just no one thing that's ruling the roost right now. It's just whatever game comes out that's popular for a few weeks, and then you don't really hear about it anymore, and those folks settle into it. So I don't know what's next. I really don't. But I don't think we'll see like a Star Wars or a Lord of the Rings.
That's a shame. But
it is.
I don't mind the sub model at all. I think the sub model is perfectly fine. In fact, I feel like most people who would argue that they don't like the sub model, you're probably fooling yourself. So much of our lives now is sub model. Everything is fucking sub model. I don't understand why you wouldn't be okay with a game being that way, I guess.
I'm not against subbing. Like, I'm sub to, I think, WoW and SWTOR right now. And I paid for a year of ESO up front. So I'm totally fine with subbing. I just don't think, I think the option to sub versus a free-to-play model, and I know Rob hates it, and I know there's other people that hate it, but the cosmetic store makes up that difference.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. I believe it does. I would rather have a sub-based game than a free-to-play game. Everyone likes the idea of free, though, so I get that. But for fuck's sake, I mean, you pay a sub fee to shave your balls every month. That's a sub model.
I'm fine with free to as an entry point.
Sure.
Like free to level 20 on WoW, or, in SWTOR, they cap your bank. Like, you can only have 300k credits in your account and the rest goes into escrow. Things like that. I'm fine with that to get people through the door and to see if they're interested in these games that are long-term games.
Right.
The reason those exist, and I know, again, this is something people hate, but the reason they exist is because the whole meta of gaming changed. The instant gratification culture took over. So the hook is to get someone instant gratification so they will continue on the long-term journey. The cosmetics, again, something people hate. I am all about, if you earn it, you can sport it, you could wear it. But if a game has a cosmetic store and, for instance, for subbing, I get coins and whatnot to use in that store, you bet your ass I'm going to deck my characters out and make them look good. I usually don't shop in the store, though, like put money in. But, ESO, I'll buy patterns and craft motifs and whatnot. SWTOR, you can just buy the gear. When Mandalorian was out, they sold a Mandalorian set that looked a lot like the one from the television show. And I'm fine with that at this point. Again, if you... the other thing too is if you keep cosmetics away from anything that looks like something you can earn in game, that's also a positive, because then you can say, I earned this in this. I bought this off the store. I just wanted to look like a badass. So that's my thing.
Yeah, as long as you can differentiate where they're coming from. If I'm raiding and I'm getting something, or I'm farming for a set from a raid, that I would expect that set to be a tier above whatever it is in the cosmetic store. So let's say maybe the raid set's animated and it's fucking a certain color, whereas something you buy from a store is not animated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow it's differentiated as cooler to invest the time, or is it just a better piece altogether? I don't know.
I don't have the answer. Gaming, the landscape has changed quickly. I think COVID's going to change it again. We're going to see some very interesting things. The good thing about COVID is a lot of people had more time to sit down and, experience things that they didn't experience before that weren't just Fortnite or Warzone.
Fortnite numbers are going down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a steady decline. But this happened to Minecraft, too, and Minecraft's still one of the most popular games in the world.
That's true.
There's games I would love to invest more time in, but I can't. Like Escape from Tarkov. I know that sounds hilarious to someone like Mike that I want to play more Tarkov. But Tarkov, like, the bug hits you, and it's just something you want to do. And I'm terrible at PvP, but you bet your ass I can escape without even firing a shot in that game and get a shitload of gear. I'm like with the Dennis system, I'm like Mac, move in after completion. So after a firefight is over, you just go scavenge and then you run to an extraction. Tim taught me well. But yeah, there's games I would love to invest in. But again, it comes down to the fact too that I don't really. My gaming PC it's over there because I'm moving it into the living room, so I can use it.
Oh,
I don't have it on my streaming setup anymore because I don't really use this aside from podcasting and running stuff for Red Drop Sports. And I know it sounds bad. I have no real intentions to stream. I might, do some stuff with Mike, do some stuff with Tim, but overall, I'm very happy not streaming. No offense to anyone who enjoyed my content, but most of my gaming is done on Xbox now or PlayStation. So that's another reason that I can't play a lot of games because they don't have console ports.
Sad.
I did say I had Tim over and I showed him Valhalla on the Series X in 4K.
Mm.
And he said, like, this doesn't look any different from the way I played it on PC. Like, it's almost identical.
I believe that.
But the game has to be compatible to do that. Not every game is.
Right. There's a lot more that's going to go into that game to make it look like that. Just like you said, not every game is going to look that good on that box.
Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales and the show on PS5. I know it's upscaled in my head artificially, but it still looks fucking good. Like, I hate saying that out loud, but the game still looks good. All of them.
I mean, it's all in what you see anyway, just because if you see it and that's how you're interpreting it, you're like, holy shit, this looks identical to what I played on PC. Then for all intents and purposes, it is. Until you look at the hard numbers and somebody starts pulling out the analytical fucking data about it, and well, actually, you are seeing it at this decreased FPS rate, and even though your eyes cannot interpret this rate, it's still an inferior product. Which I get. Because I subscribe to the PC gameplay. I prefer the inputs, really, is what it comes down to. I prefer the input, and I prefer the smaller 27-inch screen when I play games. I feel like I'm getting motion sickness if I play on my living room television.
Okay.
I really enjoy the mouse and keyboard, and I really enjoy the 24 to 27-inch monitor.
What do I want to ask you? I forget. I had something I wanted to ask you. But yeah, I mean, I remember. Outriders does not look as good on next gen as it does on PC. That I can tell you.
Case in point.
But, the funny thing is the show looks better on PS5 than it does on Series X.
Really?
Yeah. Also very weird seeing PlayStation Studios in the opening crawl of a game you're playing on Xbox. But it's awesome at the same time. Like, it makes me really happy. I was telling Mike before the show, if the future of cross-save exists in the way that it's existing in games like Destiny and the show, like, gaming is going to be fun no matter where you're sitting down.
That's the point.
Right. And that's where we need to get to, where it's just a matter of what room you want to play the game in and what device you have there. That's it. That's all it should come down to.
If Sony were to release an updated version of their PSP, would you buy one?
If I knew I could play PS5 games with no lag, yes.
Yeah, like something like basic. So a direct competitor to the Switch.
Yeah, because the only reason I bought my PSP last time was so I could play the show in bed, and it had cross save between PSP and the PS4. So I would just play the show all the time.
You spent that much money just to play the show in bed?
Have you met me? When I
would
committed to my games, I
would
get
buy
committed.
a new PSP. 100%.
It's like I told you if I could play WoW with a controller on console, I would 100% do dailies and stuff on the couch. That's all I want for ESO because it sucks on Stadia.
Super convenient too. Like,
it sucks on Stadia. I have it on Stadia and it lags out too much for me to enjoy it.
Is Stadia still around?
Yeah.
What do you mean by yeah?
I own it. It's you want me to fire something up on my phone right now?
I mean, it's still supported.
Let's do it. Yeah, they're like releasing new stuff.
Kevin.
What we got? Let's see. What we got?
Kevin,
Look at look what the last thing oh no, that's my desktop. Look what the last thing I played was.
No shit.
So yeah, we fired. It's gonna ask me for a controller, but
the concept is really cool.
isn't that the most annoying part? That the concept is just awesome.
The concept is really cool.
See, it wants
Damn
my
it, dude,
controller.
that's nice.
So I'd have to do the Bluetooth and all that stuff. So exit game.
So you sent me a message earlier.
What'd I say?
Super Mario Party.
Oh yeah, they approved it for multiplayer on the board side, not just the mini games.
It only took them 3 fucking years in 2021 for us to get online Mario Party. Now that's some shit.
That's all it took.
What the fuck? They shat the bed with this one, man. And now I gotta buy it though. It was released in October of 2018.
Here you go, Mike.
That's on Stadia? I have 7. I have to play 7.
Play it on your phone.
Because I'm buying 8. I'm getting Res 8.
You want to get choked by the tall vampire lady?
Yes, I do.
You got to beat 7 then, because the stories are connected.
I will complete 7, and despite what Kotaku says, yeah, I do want her to step on me, so it's okay.
I mean, everyone wanted that, Mike.
What's that?
Everyone wanted that.
Holy shit. What an awesome concept for a villain, though. She looks fantastic.
I don't know. It's not my world.
I hope it has like really heavy like Res 4 gameplay. RE4 would be phenomenal. Damn it. I do. Wait, how much is Mario Party Switch?
I thought you owned it for some reason.
I skipped it because it wasn't online.
Oh.
I was like, well, this is stupid. The whole idea was like we could get a bunch of people together and play.
Now we can. I texted Rob and I was like, oh, Mario Party, because him and Rob's son Nate and Hunter, they used to play Mario Kart together, but they would get too heated. So they've been playing. I was like, we have to find a co-op game. So they've been playing Minecraft Dungeons because we both have Game Pass. So today I was like, hey, they can play Mario Party, if you want, because now it's online. And he's like, do you want to ruin their friendship again? It's like, no, you're right.
Well, we need to ruin our friendships.
Yeah, we could do if you buy it, let me know. We could do a night.
I'm absolutely buying it. Why won't it?
I wonder if you can do two on one console and 2 on another console.
Didn't we do Mario Kart like that?
Yeah, but I just want to make sure the game, we can test it and mess around with it.
Of course, in typical Nintendo fashion, it's still full price, $6, whatever.
Because Nintendo doesn't give discounts, Mike.
No, they don't. It's true.
Speaking of Nintendo, when the FIFA came out this year, the Switch version didn't carry over to like all the new features and whatnot, and it was literally just the same game with new rosters and uniforms. Like even the menus were the same. So I think it was IGN wrote a review that said since EA and Nintendo did not update this game, we're not updating our review. Here's a review from last year.
Wow. Okay. I think that's the first time I will applaud something that a game journal has done.
I thought that was amazing.
Holy crap, that's great.
Yeah, that was good.
That's classic.
Like, well, I guess I don't need to buy it.
Good shit.
That's the kind of stuff, like, that's what I want. Like you said, PSP. Why can't, if I get the show on Switch, I'm assuming that that's where the show is headed, because there was a leak last year that had like a PC logo, Switch, in addition to Xbox, and Xbox that came out for the first time this year. So I'm assuming that's where it headed. But, you know, that's what I want, is I want to be able to buy it on Switch and then carry my, you know, Road to the Show Progress or my Diamond Dynasty or whatever over to Switch and then sit in bed and play it. That's what I'm looking for as a gamer. That's all I want, is to be able to switch between my consoles and my PC and continue what I was doing before. Even Destiny lets me do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've popped on console a few times.
Yeah, did you pay for your transmog?
No, I didn't pay for shit. It's on Game Pass, bro. You get all the updated content on Game Pass. I haven't paid for anything Destiny since Shadowkeep.
Why is it that Destiny? Why is it that Bungie always seems to shit their pants and then redeem themselves down the road? You ever notice this trend?
That's their cycle. They've been doing that since Halo.
Right, but it's like
whatever the secret project is that they're working on now, that Chris Barrett's the creative director on, like, it's gonna be the same thing. Everyone's gonna freak out. They're gonna think it's the most amazing thing in the world. It's the most artistic, ridiculous, and then it's gonna be out. And then 4 months later, everyone's gonna be like, "There's no content." I guarantee you, it will be the same exact loop as it is now.
But not even just the content loop. It's just like the way things are delivered. It's like, what are you thinking? And then the entire community flips the fuck out, and then a fix is released, and then it's like savior again.
That's it. There's your loop.
I don't get it.
You figured it out, bud.
Maybe that's what we're doing wrong. Everyone else needs to follow that train.
Are you watching Handmaid's Tale? Because the new season came out today.
No.
It's a good show.
How good?
Wayne and I really like it a lot. And so does my wife. So you can watch it with Allie.
Really?
Yes, it's intense. Very intense.
Have you seen the show The Magicians?
No, that's TNT, right?
Yeah, so it's on Netflix, and we started watching it.
Uh-huh.
Not really good.
If you're looking for a Netflix show, can you do subtitles or no?
Can I do subtitles?
Oh God, yeah, that's a dumb question. Sorry. Barbarians. It is a German show.
Okay.
The English dub is, I'd rather stick a fork in my eye than listen to the English dub. So watch it in German with the subtitles.
Okay.
The show is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I can watch it. Allie can't, so I'll have to watch it on my own.
So it's about the Germanic tribes during the age of the Roman Empire. So remember the beginning of Gladiator when they're just like firebombing those barbarians?
Yeah.
It's their version of the story.
Oh, that's cool.
Told from a German perspective, so they're the heroes. They're all speaking German. The Romans speak Latin in the show. Like, that's how, to the T, they have this. So the Romans speak Latin. The Germans speak German. So it's just subtitles for you, but you can hear the difference.
That's cool.
But the show is really, really good. We both enjoyed it. We have one more episode left.
All right.
And then we're going to go on to Handmaids.
There's going to be a new Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix coming.
I got the alert for it because it's still in my queue.
Did you watch the first one?
No, I haven't watched it. I have to watch that. I have to watch the Altered Carbon anime. I have to watch the... is it that anime, by the way? Am I using the right terminology? Because I don't want to make the weebs crazy.
I wouldn't call it anime.
All right, so...
no. Watch Love, Death, and Robots before Altered Carbon.
Before Altered Carbon? Well, I gotta watch season 2 of Altered Carbon, too. And then the show's over, which I'm sad about.
That anthology was fucking trippy.
Yeah, I know. You loved it.
It's awesome.
When I'm at work, I always have like a show on in the background that I've seen before. I'm watching the 90s show Sliders with Jerry O'Connell. Do you remember that show?
What would possess you to do that?
I don't know, like every 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I just watch Sliders all the way through while I'm working again.
Why?
Yeah, it just sits on my right monitor while I'm typing and doing emails on the left monitor and whatnot.
Okay.
I've
What
seen the show like
fuck?
7 times at this point. I don't know why. Same thing with Stargate SG-1. I can go through all 8 seasons just chilling while I'm working.
You know those though.
Yeah, but they're great.
Like
The 90s was...
probably by heart.
Think about it. The 90s was fantastic. We had those. You had Xena. You had
Oh my god,
Hercules.
Xena Warrior Princess was fantastic.
You had the garbage Conan show with the guy from Gladiator, the German guy. That show was terrible too, but they're all so bad they're good.
Did you watch was it the Wahlbergs?
No, Meet the Wahlbergs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I know the show.
That show's funny.
What else am I watching? I finished Carnival Row.
Was
Did I
that
tell you to watch
good
that?
or was that trash or
I think-
pass?
I think
Or
you'd
trash?
like it.
What's that?
I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
It's a steampunk esque, like
Orlando Bloom makes me question.
1700s, 1800s world, but it's a fantasy setting.
Okay.
So there's fairies and
Dark?
It's dark fantasy, yes. Yeah.
You're right. It does sound like something I would like.
Tim, was it Tim? Ben didn't like it. Tim loved it. I loved it. Danielle wasn't. It's pretty gory, and Danielle was still into it, which is shocking because she usually
Really?
is not down with that. Yeah,
It's gory.
it has gory moments.
Surprising.
Yeah, it has gory. Well, it's Prime.
I didn't know Prime was like known for that.
It's Prime's like anything. It's like you can do whatever you want.
Well,
Did you watch Man in the High Castle?
no.
That show's fantastic too. That's Prime as well.
Well, it sounds like
That's-
I have shit to catch up on. Have you watched Rock and Rolla yet? Damn it.
No, it's in the Netflix queue.
Damn it.
You'll know because I'm gonna be like, Mike, that was a great movie. I should have watched it sooner. It'll happen.
I kind of
Or-
want to watch it tonight now.
Or when you finally make it down here with the family, you and me will sit down and we'll watch Rock. and
That's
Roll.
also not a bad idea.
So
Not a bad idea.
just let me know when you're coming down. I told Danielle because you mentioned it in like December, like, man, maybe we'll come down next year sometime. I was like, I think Mike and Allie are gonna bring Grayson down at some point next year. And she's like, oh really? I'm into that. We'll
have
take
time.
them around. Maybe we can take them to Orlando. Maybe we'll take them all around town. I was like, oh,
I have time. She has
the
time.
bedroom. So come on down.
We're doing it.
We will make time for you. We're doing we're gonna go to the beach in July.
Just July.
Well, we're gonna we're gonna go to like a hotel
Oh, like a
and spend
trip,
like 4
like a
days at
beach,
the beach.
like a trip.
Yeah, and then in October, I booked Miami Beach for Danielle and I, so we could have our sexcation. We didn't have it last year.
Good plan.
We were doing it pretty regularly. Not sex, the sexcation.
Oh.
The sex is pretty regular. Don't worry. Just instilling confidence in everyone.
Just so everyone knows, he flexed
so
when
you
he
know.
said that. He totally
Yeah.
flexed. As soon as he said that, he flexed, and it just made the whole moment.
But COVID messed it up last year, so we booked it for October. We took advantage of one of those like deals that they have right now because they're like, please book with us.
Book before we go out of business. COVID deal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I booked a hotel on Collins, which is South Beach, right on the water.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you book the little boutique hotels between the really fancy nice hotels, you get a really good deal. And you could just the big thing is you don't have to stay in those expensive hotels. You just walk in the lobby and go get dinner or go get a drink in that hotel and then go back to your room and sleep. What do you?
Hot
You're
tip.
paying like $400, $500, $600, $700 extra to
Hot
sleep
tip.
in a nicer room. It ain't worth it.
Well, how much of a nicer room? Like hot.
I'm
like
sure there's instances where technically it would be worth it, but on the salary that you, me, and most of our listeners are
Fair.
living off of, it's 100% not worth it.
fair.
So hopefully the world is pretty healed by October, and we can
Have fun.
experience normal life again.
Yeah.
We're putting off our 10-year anniversary trip, and we're gonna do it next year. I think we're gonna go to Mexico.
Ooh.
Yeah, we found this cool resort that's in the water. That's all. No
Sweet.
cell phone service, all that cool stuff.
All that modern day shit.
I don't want to be bothered.
Just turn your shit off.
I will turn it back on.
That's why I love when we go camping. It's the middle of nowhere, and I don't get reception.
That's what I want. I want to be forced to not be like, I wonder if everything's okay. That's what I want.
But like out in the woods. Here's the one night she I don't know what the fuck it was. Some animal was doing what it does, being creepy as shit, and it was like screaming a couple 100 yards away, and she's like, "What is that?" I have no idea. What do you want me to do about it? I don't know. What is that? I ended up getting up, getting out of the damn tent, and hiking out into the woods looking for whatever the fuck was making the noise, just to turn around and be like, it ran off. I don't know what to tell you. Like, middle of the night, it's in its element. I'm out of my element. Get in the tent, going to bed.
So there's this bird that comes to my house once every 3 months. And at 2 a.m, it starts screaming like a small child is being choked.
Is it in?
It's
Is
like,
it in? Is it protected?
Probably, because someone in the neighborhood would have shot it by now.
Hey, you live in Florida. Someone has a fucking grenade launcher you can lob at that thing.
If you can find it. I still have not seen it. I've heard it during the day. I can't find it.
Let's go bird hunting when I come down.
I bang on the screen. Yeah. So
be totally normal. We could like walk around with little pellet guns.
It's Florida. No one will care.
No one will care.
Nope. What are you doing? Hunting a bird. All right, have fun.
Doing you a favor, motherfucker. You're that loud ass motherfucking thing that screams in your window every day. I'm taking care of it.
No one would care. No. Now, if you said you were going to hunt a gator, they'd be like, "What? No."
Oh, they love the gators.
Well, it's kind of this thing. Like, if they don't come out of the water, like, leave them alone.
That's true. Touche.
They were here before us.
And you don't go in the water, so.
Hell no.
Because
if you can't see your feet in Florida, you don't go in that water. That's end of story. No questions asked.
Yeah. Isn't it like a bull shark that can swim inland?
I mean, yeah, but bull sharks aren't really going to do much to you.
I beg to differ.
The one in a million time it bit someone.
A bull shark?
Let me see.
Pull up the statistics. Wasn't Jaws mistakenly made about a great white when it was
bull sharks attack in rivers too, by the way, Mike?
That's what I'm saying. Fucking Florida.
Well, they got rivers in Pennsylvania.
Nah, those motherfuckers ain't coming out this far.
Look, bull sharks are only the third most dangerous sharks.
What's the
most
first?
Dangerous. The great white.
Nah, I thought they attacked less people.
Tiger sharks are number 2, bull sharks, then oceanic white-tip sharks, short-fin makos, black tips, hammerheads, and sand tigers.
What shark was eating all the sailors from the USS Indianapolis? Was that white tips?
Sharks eating USS. Did sharks eat USS? Sunk by a Japanese southern neighbors afterwards, 100 men are floating in the ocean, been eaten by sharks.
That's a horrifying story.
Doesn't say what.
Oh, I thought they were white tips.
It just says sharks. Sharks.
So the great white eats the most people? I thought it was the bull shark.
What's the most dangerous?
Well, obviously it's the most dangerous. Google. What shark eats most humans?
Most attacks. On humans. The great white is the most dangerous shark with a recorded 314 unprovoked attacks on humans. This is followed by... That's in the UK, though. Everything says great white.
Huh.
Oh, bull sharks are the most aggressive sharks. There you go. You were right.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Bull sharks?
Did you see people swimming next to great whites all the time like it's a normal, like, Wednesday afternoon thing to do.
Common apex predator, offshore waters of both the Gulf and the Atlantic coast. Ah, yes, it's on both sides of me.
See? Sandwiched. You sandwiched, and they swim inland, and they swim in fucking rivers.
All right, before we go, Michael, let me explain something to you. In Florida, you can see the water, meaning it's clear, especially in the Gulf, not the Atlantic side.
Not
Gulf.
inland.
I don't like to go into the... you don't go in the inland water.
People are on boats in that shit.
You can go on a boat. It's not going to capsize your boat.
You ever see Lake Placid?
This is Florida, though. Like, it
was based in Florida.
Dude, my wife has talked about going kayaking, and there's just
Never
gators sunbathing on either bank and not bothering anybody. It is the circle of life, symbiotic relationship.
Yes,
we all share
circle
this
of
land.
life that I would not like mine to end inside their mouth.
Right. So just leave them alone.
Stay away from the
Yeah, because you know what else is in the water? Probably behind my house.
bull
Snakes.
sharks.
Snakes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about snakes.
Yeah, they're. I'm more worried about snakes than I am about gators and
I'm
sharks
not
here.
worried about snakes.
I've found. I told you the story of the little snake we found, and Danielle lacrossed it with the pool skimmer into the lake behind
you
the
pick
house.
the little bastards up behind the head, and you're good to go.
No, I'm not Steve Irwin. I don't have those
Steve Irwin was
motor
killed
skills.
in the water, murdered
by a
in the water,
stingray.
murdered.
On a 1 in a million chance that the thing
That's
hit him
all it
precisely
takes.
where it could hit him.
It's all it takes.
All right, I have to go. I'm not going to listen to your nonsense anymore about what's actually dangerous and what's not. Thank you for listening to whatever episode of the Old Fashioned Podcast.
I have no idea.
This is.
I have no
we have
idea.
No clue. But I powered through a lot of the work that needed catching up, so we should be good to do more of these. I don't really want to commit to a schedule because I feel like if we can squeeze in 2 in a week, then we should.
Yeah,
But we're going to try and at least get that one out to you a week, and keep the ball rolling. We also know that we promised you merchandise, which High Score Tees is going to be working on rare drop stuff.
Guys
For
are
this show,
awesome.
Star Wars and Scotch, we'll do some innovative, fun stuff and put that up. You can check out patreon.com/rare drop as well. Mike, I think we need to get you on the Patreon only podcast. It's the WTF podcast.
What's that?
Paul picks 3 topics from those pod decks that we have voted on by the patrons, and then we discuss each of the 3 topics.
I'm down. When do we want to do that?
I'll tell him you're interested in doing the next one.
Awesome. Who usually who does it?
It was me, Tim, and Paul last time, and we
Awesome.
just shit on Paul for 25 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Because he tried to blame the fact that he's late all the time on the fact that he's Hispanic. And I was like, no, my Italian mother does the same exact thing that you do,
Yeah.
Paul. So stop blaming your heritage and take responsibility for your actions.
Fashionably late does not apply here.
Yeah, thank you. Freaking Paul's a racist. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking Tad.
Wow. He's doing great at work though. He's been a joy to work with ever since. I think he just needed social interaction, so once we went back to the office, he was like,
And a
Back on the
proper
ball.
swift kick to the ass.
no, he's been good.
All right.
I've been enjoying the young lad.
Okay.
Teaching him how to run an event. That's fun. During a pandemic online. I think that's it. So enjoy your evening or day. I don't know, whenever you're listening to this. And Mike and I will catch you for the next episode of the Old Fashioned Podcast. Have a good one.
Later.